I was just looking through some old lectures and found one from, I don't know, about 6 or 7 years ago, and found some beautiful writings in there from Swami Vivekananda that I'd like to share with you right now. He says, "The living God is within you, and yet you are building churches and temples and believing all sorts of imaginary nonsense. The only God to worship is the human soul in the human body. Of course, all animals are temples too, but man is the highest, the Taj Mahal of temples. If I cannot worship in that, no other temple will be of any advantage. The moment I have realized God sitting in the temple of every human body, the moment I stand in reverence before every human being and see God in him, that moment I am free from bondage. Everything that binds vanishes, and I am free, neither good nor bad, neither life nor death. Only the one infinite Brahman exists. According to the Vedanta, when a man has arrived at that perception, he has become free, and he is the only man who is able to live peacefully in this world. Others are not. The man who sees evil, how can he live in this world? His life is a mass of misery. The man who sees dangers, his life is a misery. The man who sees death, his life is a misery. He who has not darkness sees no darkness in others. What you have inside you is what you see in others. This is the surest way of reform. If the would-be reformers who criticize and see evil would themselves stop creating it, the world would be better. Beat this idea into yourself. It is all that, all I, at the same time. The soul has become pure. Then and then alone we understand what love is. Love cannot come through fear. Its basis is freedom. God can be seen. He can be seen through the pure mind and the pure intelligence. Through attachment to lust and greed, the mind becomes impure. The mind is everything. It is like a white cloth just returned from the laundry. It will take any color you dye it with. Knowledge is of the mind, and ignorance is also of the mind. When you say that a certain person has become impure, you mean that impurity has colored his mind. So this idea of you, the divine temple, it's one of the oldest thoughts in religion, actually. One of the oldest scriptures we have from thousands of years ago, the Rig Veda, says right away that the temple, the body is the temple of the divine. And so within you is that divine spirit, that God of love, that really the individual souls are not individual at all. We all share a common spirit. It's like taking a dishcloth and laying it over the top of your hands like this, and then going along and on each finger putting a little rubber band so that you have these 5 little finger nipples sticking up. Each of those finger nipples is the individuated soul, the soul that activates you, the soul that's attached to your mind, that's attached to your desires, that sees the world the way you see it. But in effect, when that soul is freed from its attachment to a body and a mind, that rubber band comes off, and you see that the whole universe is of a singular nature, a singular spirit. And to realize the divine is to know that, not to believe it. What value is there in belief? Beliefs change from moment to moment. They're cheap, very cheap. Knowing is what we want. Experience is what we want. To see God is what we want. And this is the way.